Good evening. Welcome to RPTV. I'm Craig Stagner, coming to you from the JK Auto Repair Studio. JK Auto Repair is, of course, a full-service car care provider located at 2301 West Selmore Road, Ozark, Missouri. Make sure you go over and let John and Zach take good care of you. This is the All Parts Auto Salvage Weekend Report. All Parts Auto Salvage are two locations in Springfield. 2600 North Benton is the salvage yard. 425 East Kearney is the parts store. Let Alton and Krista, let them help you fix your car. Well, want to thank, as always, we want to start this off here the right way. We want to thank our sponsors, of course, JK and All Parts Auto Salvage, Hillbilly Speedway and Fairgrove, Hodges Tree Trimming. We guarantee the best work at the best price. Finkbeiner Moving and Storage. We're not good because we're old. We're old because we're good. Rochelle Summers, Toys for Tots, Sigs and Swigs, and Appleton Imaging. Salina Speedway was about the only track that got to race on Friday. Some of that rain, it didn't turn out as bad as we thought it was going to, but nonetheless, Friday you had your winners in the IMCA mod class. Jake Nightingale moves up 7 spots. Look at this, 9 spots for Corey Lagrune. Your Northern Sports Mods class, that's Luke Stahlbomber with the win. Chris Vogan, we're going to call that one, I don't think he's going to get much better than that. We're going to give Chris Vogan the Finkbeiner Moving and Storage mover, the big mover of the weekend. The Finkbeiner Moving and Storage, again, 99 years of service. We're not good because we're old because we're good. That's your Finkbeiner Moving and Storage big mover, moves up 10 spots to move into the top 5. IMCA stock car winner Cade Richards with the win there. Cody Williams out of Minneapolis, Kansas takes your IMCA hobby stocks. And Alex Lovelace, right there from Salina, Kansas, takes your IMCA Stars mod lights. 81 Speedways where we'll start last night. Got the racing in, got a few of those places that were outside this kind of Ozarks area, was able to hold off on the rain long enough to get a good night of racing. Lance Murray in the USRA modified class with the win. B-Mod was Dustin Daniels. Chris Perky in the super stock class, so make sure we got this going here right. The IMCA stock car, or HeyGlassman.com stock cars, Clint Smith takes your win right there. IMCA Mod Light, Justin Kinderneck with the win. I-35 Speedway in action, Winston, Missouri. They have a lot of classes, a lot of racers there, always a good turnout. The USRA Modified winner, Stephen Bowers Jr., we'll be talking more about him here in just a few minutes. Tyler Cadwallader is your USRA B-Mod winner. Stock cars, Austin Bozick. The Pure Stock, Conrad Kaufman takes the win. Midwest Limited late model was Tommy Cordray. The E-Mods, Michael Taylor III. Sport Compact, another win for John Willard. And the Show Me, well, we didn't have that one on there. The Show Me was Dan Schmidt. Lucas Oil Speedway last night. This is just one of the big events, one of the big places to go. They had 3 classes last night. This was the Ascs Sprints. You had Ryan Timms take the win. They pull from all over the place for this track. It's really outstanding. From Franklin, Indiana, Emerson Axum takes your Power Eye Midgets class. And Wesley Smith from right here in Nixa, Missouri, takes the win in the Power Eye War Sprints class. So good night of racing at Lucas. Central Missouri Speedway in Warrensburg. Your A-Mod winner last night was Matt Johnson. B-Mod was Jacob Ebert. Jason Ryan in the Pure Stock. Chase Fisher in your Lightning Sprints. And Super Stocks was Derek Henson. Congratulations to all of them. Valley Speedway up in Grain Valley, Missouri on Saturday night. Your IMCA Northern Sports Mod, you had Tim Stahlbomber. E-Mods was Mike Ryan. The IMCA Stars Mod Lights, another win for Dylan Rafferty. That class is just riddled with Raffertys. Michael Rafferty second, David Rafferty fourth, and there was a couple more sprinkled in throughout those results. And in the Dirt Demons, Eric Schmidt. Last night, AMA Supercross had their penultimate race. This is the race before the finale. This is the last one with just one of the 250 classes. The next event will have the dual 250 East and West. Last night, the 450 class, though, Marvin Muskin. Man, it has been at least over a year. I know he didn't win. I don't think he won last year. It's been a long time since Marvin Muskin. He may have had one earlier this year. Marvin Muskin with a win. Really has not been able to live up to where he was a couple of years ago. Some injuries and things, but I really like him. The French rider, Marvin Muskin with the win last night. This again at Salt Lake City. Muskin with the win. Not on here was Ken Roxon. Ken Roxon was well out front, had the lead down to about 6 points. It was getting real doable for Ken Roxon to make a push for the championship, and then went down. The track was very slick last night. What he didn't need to have happen is exactly what happened. Cooper Webb moves all the way up to second place. Great finish for Malcolm Stewart. This was his first podium of the year last night. Congratulations to him. I really like him a lot. Dylan Ferrandis with a fourth. Chase Sexton, another big wreck in the qualifying, but comes back and finishes fifth. Now, Joe Shimoda. My wife was even excited about this. Joe Shimoda is one of the nicest young guys you'll ever see. I think he's like 20 years old. From Japan. His whole family was there for him. This was really big. He takes the win, led it from pillar to post. A great victory last night for Joe Shimoda. No one dislikes little Joe Shimoda. And right behind him, his teammate and best friend, Jet Lawrence. Really excited about that. Colton Nichols says he's from Murrieta, California, but he's actually from Oklahoma. Michael Mosiman was fourth and Thomas Doe fifth. Now, what this does in your championship, next week will be the finale. The most points you can gain in a win is 26 points. Cooper Webb is now 22 points out, so he would need to pretty much wreck out of this race and not even make the main for Roxon to have a realistic chance at the championship. This is how it's going to finish. I'm going to tell you, it's going to finish just like this. 1, 2, 3. Cooper Webb will win his second career AMA Supercross title next Saturday at Salt Lake City. 250 East, Colton Nichols from over here in Oklahoma. He is going to take your win there. He's up by 23 points, not going to get caught by Joe Shimoda. But the fact that he's going to finish second on the season is huge. Really excited about that. Christian Craig broke his ankle earlier in the day. He's going to be out. Jet Lawrence will move up and take that spot. So that's going to be your final three next week. Nichols, Shimoda, and Lawrence. The 250s will run together next week. This is kind of interesting. What they have is the 250 East and West are separate. But next week, they will run together and be scored separate for their individual points championships, but scored together for the race. So, second place is still second place, but you might be the first place in your half, the 250 East or West. It could be all 250 East or 250 West top three, but that's how it's going to finish. So Colton Nichols is going to win his first championship. Over on the West side, Justin Cooper is going to win that one. Here's where the race is. Jet Lawrence's older brother, Hunter, only 2 points up ahead of Cameron McAdoo, who crashed on every jump imaginable last week in Atlanta. He is real glad to be out of there, but this is going to be the only race, the only contest of the race next week is who finishes second in the 250 West. That will be on next Saturday night, 9 o'clock on NBC Sports Network and the Peacock app. So if you're at one of the tracks, you'll be able to watch that on your phone. I know that's what I'll be doing because we'll be out at one of the tracks. Yesterday, NASCAR, the Xfinity Series at Talladega. This was the first career win for one of the Burton boys. I always forget which one is which. I believe this is Jeff Burton's son, Jeb. He took the win there. Race shortened by rain. He takes the win. Austin Cindric is second. AJ Allmendinger third. But his cousin Harrison, who is Ward Burton's son, finished 10th. So pretty cool. Cousins, pair of top 10 finishes. Congratulations to him there. There's Jeb Burton taking the win. The ARCA class. This race was something yesterday. You had your winner here is Corey Heim. He takes the win. Dave Mater the third. We have a pair of thirds in our report tonight. Dave Mater the third finishes second, and Nick Sanchez is third. There's how he filled out. Drew Dollar and Brett Holmes and Thad Moffitt. We've seen all them here at Lebanon I-44 last year. We're going to talk about Tony Breidinger here in just a moment. But this is what I want to talk about real quick. This was a scary, scary wreck here for this driver. And I'm drawing a blank here on his name. But he wrecked yesterday. His wife said that he has second and third degree burns on his lungs, on his arms, his face. This car, Drew Dollar got into him on accident. He hit the wall hard, caught on fire, and just could not get stopped. I don't know if it was that he was disoriented or what, but he was in this burning car for a long time. He is in critical but stable condition at a hospital in Alabama in the burn unit. They are working to debride his arms. And what that means is when you have those of us my age, this is for the people 50 and up. You remember Richard Pryor talking about this when it happened to him, about him scraping that off. They have to actually scrape off the damaged skin. Just a horrible sounding thing. There's no way around that. So he's going to have some serious injuries from this. Last year, he was almost killed in another wreck. He had the same fracture to the skull that Dale Earnhardt Sr. died from. He had that broken the hangman's noose fracture, and they told him he'd never race again. Well, he did. But then now this has happened. Time for this fella to count his blessings. He's 48 years of age. It's really time for him to count his blessings. So keep him in your prayers. Hopefully he'll be better soon. Tony Breidinger. I want to talk about this lovely young lady. Some people ask me about being a fan of Hailie Deegan based on her looks. Hailie Deegan's a doll, no doubt about it. But Tony Breidinger, this young lady is 21 years of age. She is the first Arab American woman to ever race in NASCAR. She's the winningest female in the USAC series. She had 19 career wins. Just want to say, keep an eye on her. She's no joke. She finished 12th yesterday. Good racer. Seems like a really nice young lady. Did some modeling. Has a twin sister that races also. So one of the reasons we're talking about her, not just because she's pretty, but also this is part of that NASCAR outreach there where they're doing the diversity. So you have a 21-year-old female from that's Arab American racing. So congratulations to her. NASCAR wrapped up just a little while ago from Talladega. Brad Keselowski took the win in this one. Really thought that Matt DiBenedetto was going to win it. Made a bad decision on which line to jump in at the end, and you can see he's not even in the top 5. Keselowski with the win. William Byron is second after a wreck early on. Michael McDowell third. Kevin Harvick. Kaz Grala. Here's another one. This is our theme for this today, is the young, especially foreign racers. Kaz Grala is 22 years of age. He's the youngest to ever win a race at Daytona. He was in the 2017 Camping World Truck Series. So he was like 17 years old and won there. He was the youngest to ever win the pole, to start on the pole at Daytona, and the youngest to ever qualify for the NASCAR playoffs. Really seems like a cool young guy. Congratulations to him. There's a look at him. So that's working out again. He was Polish American. So I'm sure that Alan Kowicki is probably someone he looks up to. NTT IndyCar Series. Not something I ever thought I'd be talking about was IndyCars, but when Jimmy Johnson moves over to IndyCar, well, we're going to talk about it. Colton Herta takes the win. That is the son of Brian Herta. You may have heard of him. Oh, that's an awful joke. Brian Herta was a former racer, longtime racer. This young man, Colton Herta, is 21 years of age, youngest Indy Series winner ever at 19 years of age. They were in St. Petersburg, Florida. Joseph Newgarden second, Simon Pagenaud is third, Jack Harvey and Scott Dixon. Jimmy Johnson started 23rd, finished 22nd. Not bad. I believe this was may have been his first race. Hey, it's a completely different sport. I know that some people really like it. Looked like it's just a single file race to me, but hey, more power to them. If you like it, there you go. Jimmy Johnson finishes second in his first race. There's a look at the young Colton Herta. A lot of racing going on today because of the Friday and Saturday postponements of some of the races. So right now, Mocan raced earlier today with the bracket series. Old 71 Speedway started probably about to wrap up. Randolph County Raceway is racing now, as is Springfield Raceway. I saw my buddy Stephen Maples jumping in here from the track watching. Twister Alley getting their season opener started. Got to talk to Heather and Chip a little bit the other day. Track looks great. I can't wait to get down there very, very soon. Valley Speedway racing right now, as is Lakeside Speedway. Do have a late report I want to pass along. Want to keep this gentleman in our thoughts and prayers. Stephen Bowers Jr., who won the USRA modified class last night at I-35 Speedway, was apparently involved in a serious wreck at Springfield Raceway about a little over an hour ago. Transported to a Springfield hospital. No word yet on his injuries, but they said he was being transported. I don't think it's anything life-threatening, but definitely serious enough that they were transporting him. So let's all keep Stephen Bowers Jr. in our thoughts. That's going to do it. It was a busy one. We had to really crank it up to get everything in here in under 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back here Wednesday, and we'll give you those results on Wednesday from the tracks: Mocan, Old 71, Randolph, Springfield, Twister, Valley, and Lakeside. I hope you're getting out and enjoying this day. Thank you for joining us here on ORP TV. Until Wednesday, I'm Stag. We'll see you then.